Powerful storms forming right now and going all night long, showing it will go all the way into Canada as well, as we have this big cold blast right behind it. Now, after this weekend, that cold blast is going to move through. I will go through your latest temperatures, but also your latest update on the severe weather. Right now, there is chances for tornadoes, winds up to 120, 145 miles per hour. And so far, the hail also expected chances of 2.5 inches and max wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Now, that is over here for eastern Nebraska, going through western Iowa. This is going all the way through later this evening. Plus, over here for Kansas is where we have chances not only for tornadoes, but strong damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour, wind gusts 3.5-inch hail. And up here so far for southern Minnesota, we have chances for strong thunderstorms, 70 miles per hour, wind gusts 1.5-inch of hail. Now, when we turn off some of this, we can see what's happening right now. These storms further south into Kansas will initiate a little bit later. Right now, going through eastern Nebraska through western Iowa, we actually have a tornado on the ground. All that pink is a tornado, and right now there's some storm chasers that is following this. This will grow through the evening, go further north. It also will go further south, everybody. And you can see the latest mesoscale discussion going from northern Oklahoma into Kansas. Chances for tornadoes with winds of 120 to 145 miles per hour. Hail, 2 to 3.5 inches. Winds 65 to 80 miles per hour wind gusts. This will shift through the evening. Now, I'm about to bring up the latest model run for tonight, but you must see this weather pattern that is kicking in. This setup is going to be powerful as we come from Sunday into Monday. This is where the storm system is going to come across all across the Midwest and make its way across the Great Lakes. This is your cape, your instability, the food for these thunderstorms to form, and it will follow across. Matter of fact, we have a lot of strong winds that's going to come with this storm system. And you can see this with your lower level winds as you go from Sunday into Monday. We get the strongest winds yet from our severe weather outbreak that we're having from today all the way until Monday and maybe portions of Tuesday. Showing is bringing a lot of strong winds aloft. This is going to bring robust storms and chances for tornadoes, maybe even long track tornadoes and very large hail, everybody. And you can see this here. So as we go through Saturday evening, we get some storms coming across for the southeast. We also start building up for the central plains as well, bringing chances for tornadoes, also chances for large to very large hail. And you could get a QLCS tornado as that line of storms congeals through the evening, bringing a lot of bow and line segments all the way from Texas, Oklahoma towards northern Louisiana as we go through for Saturday, overnight into Sunday. Then look for Monday. Here's Monday's setup. All that convection, all that lift, strong winds aloft starts bringing a lot of thunderstorms, chances for tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail as you go through Monday morning. Once you get around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's already moving across towards Iowa, bringing a tornado threat, a very large hail threat, and damaging winds. Now, it's been showing consistently that it will go towards Minnesota, not towards Michigan, not towards Indiana. Showing this setup will intensify more across the Midwest, going across the Great Lakes as you go through Monday evening. This will bring you chances for tornadoes, and not only discrete supercells, also potential QLCS tornadoes in the line of storms as you get the damaging winds pushing through. Also over here across Wisconsin. Showing as you go Monday overnight into Tuesday, the severe weather could grow all the way towards the Tennessee-Kentucky Valley, bringing multiple chances of QLCS tornadoes, damaging winds with these bow line segments, and chances for very large hail as this goes through for Tuesday morning. Showing it could go a little bit further as well as you're going through for late Tuesday evening. But first, look at this. This is your vorticity. It shows your rotation into the atmosphere. And what you're looking at is you're looking at a strong low pressure right here over Canada and the U.S., bringing our severe weather with it. But you're also going to see an upper level high over here that's going to block while you get some ridging over here in the Pacific. And this is going to spin for the next 3 days in that location, everybody, before the storm system comes in from Sunday into Monday and that upper level high moves out the way and all this shifts towards the north and brings more severe weather for Monday into Tuesday. So this is literally going to spin here for a few days because it's getting a blocking pattern. Now, this is colder air aloft. You can see this on your latest tropopause, showing that cold air right behind that's helping intensify these storms, but it's also bringing a lot of large to very large hail. And look how that stays with that all the way through the weekend. Then it moves out Sunday through Monday on that storm system with a lot of cold air behind it. But this is where the cold air makes its way across the central and the eastern U.S. as we go through next week, a little bit northern. But then the one that comes for next week is still coming a little bit further southern into the U.S., everybody. And maybe even another one after that. Showing we will have 2, maybe 3 cold blasts coming through. Each one of them is bringing the same amount of temperatures. So you can see this on your latest data, showing that this cold blast will stay lingering all the way through May, potentially all the way into the early 20s. Now you can see this with the Euro. You can also see this with the GFS, showing those dips all the way until the early 20s. Now I'm going to fly through your temperatures real quick, just give you the latest update, and then we're going to go right to the model run of what's happening for tonight and through tomorrow. And it's going to be a lot of what I already showed you, but it is moving around just a little bit. So as we go through for Tuesday morning, everybody, as we go past this weekend, and the cold blast is on the move from the west. You can see those 40s coming through, even freezing temperatures in the higher elevations of the Rockies. And you can see with your wind chills is going to feel very cold, maybe even in your 20s, all the way towards Dakotas and Minnesota. Now, just for comparison reasons, bring out GFS, bring out the Euro. You can see the difference in the two. As we go next Wednesday, here's those 40s across the north like I showed you, the 50s and the 60s across the south, and bringing a cold wind chill with it as well. This is a GFS. This is the Euro. The Euro is showing it could be a warmer scenario across the south. So I brought in the Canadian, and the Canadian is agreeing with the Euro that it's going to be warmer across the south, at least on Wednesday. And that pattern is going to stay for Thursday. It's going to come down for Friday. This is Friday. You can see your temperatures with GFS. You can also see your wind chills coming with it. A lot of people are going to feel like you're in the 20s again. This is GFS. This is a Euro, showing it's not going to be as far southern with those wind chills, so I will keep you updated. We are already going too far, everybody, and the models are at a pretty good disagreement already. And next Saturday, bringing those 40s on down the south all the way across the U.S. and bringing a cold wind chill with it across Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. This GFS. This is the Euro, showing a little bit of a warmer scenario across the south. As we go through the latest model run, showing as we go from 3 all the way towards 4 o'clock, this is going to start getting stronger with multiple states with a lot of strong storms. Showing a lot of strong storm cells forming up also over here along western Iowa. You can see all the hail cores in there as well, and going through Minnesota as well, all the way into Canada. Now as we go from 4 towards 5 o'clock, now you can see it's starting to move out of Minneapolis, going towards Duluth, and you get that line of storm starting to congeal a little bit better for western Iowa, going all the way towards Salina, Kansas. And you can see the storm cells forming up right here in front of eastern Iowa over here by Cedar Rapids. And as you come from 5 to 6, and this is where you get a line of storms with a possible QLCS tornado in there, a quasi-linear convective system. You can see all the hail cores going through there as this line of storms moves towards the east. Also, these that form up over here towards Cedar Rapids. So there's going to be a lot of strong storms over here for Iowa, southeastern Nebraska, eastern Kansas as well, as you go all the way towards 6. Also through Minnesota, going all the way northern, bring a lot of chances for damage and winds and hail with those. As you go all the way for 7, you can see that moves a little bit further into northern Wisconsin, all the way towards 8 o'clock. Then it turns into more of a damage and wind event coming through with it. Cluster far northern into Canada. But this is still chances for slight winds with these storms as you go through the evening, even chances for small hail. And you see the storm cells moving through for eastern Iowa now by the time you go through 8 p.m. A lot of hail cores in those as well. But look at this frontline storm that's forming up from Iowa going through Missouri. This is bringing a lot of damage and winds right with that. Also through eastern Kansas. And this is where these winds can get even stronger. Probably 145 miles per hour plus winds on these possible tornadoes. Maybe even stronger, everybody. So now we're by 8 o'clock. So as we go towards 9 o'clock, look at this just pushing through. 10. Still there. Look at this. A lot of hail cores coming through with these storm cells all through southeastern Kansas, far northern Oklahoma, and this is far northern Oklahoma, but it's bringing hail cores in there as well. But look at the storms that's coming in here with all these winds through northern Missouri, through Iowa. Then through Wisconsin, it's like a big mess. You have winds and hail up here towards the north, and you have regular thunderstorms right here towards the south. But that congeals further towards the east as well. But look how much it has transitioned by 10 o'clock tonight, all the way into Canada, all the way towards northern Oklahoma. By 11 o'clock, still there, bring a lot of rain and thunderstorms into Wisconsin, but you still have this chance of the damage and wind event, straight line winds all the way from northwestern Wisconsin going through Cedar Rapids, so you're getting a second run at it through northern Missouri still through southeastern Kansas and far northern Oklahoma, where you're getting a lot of strong hail cores, a lot of big hail coming down and chances for a tornado. Now, as you go through midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, still bringing the chance for the thunderstorms towards the north. But over here from Missouri, going through southeastern Kansas and northern Oklahoma, that's going to last longer, because this is where we get in that negative tilt from that trough, everybody, and bringing in the thunderstorms overnight, all the way through Missouri, southeastern, far eastern Oklahoma, all the way towards northern Arkansas by 7 and 8 o'clock for tomorrow morning. So this will continue through the night, and you do have your day 2 for tomorrow for these thunderstorms, where it's going to build up more chances of bow and line segments, bringing straight line damage and winds, and you cannot rule out a QLCS tornado in that as you go through for tomorrow evening. Look like it congeals towards Arkansas into northern Mississippi. Once again, bringing hail cores with those as well. You can see the hail cores in those storms and chances for damage and winds, and you can't rule out a tornado. Then it sparks up as you go through from 5 to 6 o'clock, starts stretching further west into Oklahoma. And this is where you get a chance for a tornado or a lot of large hail to come with those storms as well. And that comes right back into Arkansas again. See that? A lot of chances for hail. Look at the hail cores in there. That's going to drop a lot of hail on these storms when they come by. Now, when you go by for tomorrow, you have chances for thunderstorms in a lot of places, but that's all it's going to be is regular thunderstorms. You have chances for winds that come across from Indiana towards Ohio as you go through for tomorrow evening. Maybe bring some 40 up to 50 miles per hour wind gusts for some of the isolated areas, but just going to be some regular thunderstorms bringing some slight winds through with that as well. And that's your latest update on what's happening with the storm systems for tonight. So be aware of this. Make sure you check on your neighbors, check on the pets. Do a favor, hit the like button on the video, show support. Thank you so much for those that do. And before I go, a quick word from our Father, everybody. Psalm 35, 1 through 4. The Lord will take care of us, and he will take our side, especially for those that are against us, everybody. And some of you out there know what I mean. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Amen. Have a great evening, everybody. Be careful, be safe. Remember, check on your neighbors, check on your pets. Always help other people, everybody. And above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life. And forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great night, everybody. Be safe.